Yeah, boy. Drug addicts. Drug addicts.
A lot of people ask, where did I learn? How did I get started? I kind of say it's God's given talent. It's a God's gift. Everybody don't get the same level of talent, if that makes any sense. I'm just grateful to be one of the ones that can have the eye for detail and have the hands and the mindset to do the tool and to do the task at hand. Grew up small town, Eastover, you know what I'm saying, South Carolina, where a lot of good things aren't represented. It's country, a lot of guys don't dream as far as they could and actually put the work toward their dreams. If you familiar with those low country areas where guys have a lot of hands-on skills and things like that, but they really don't put them to use, that's where I come from. You know what I mean? I come from the guys that got, so much talent to be mega millionaires, but, oftentimes they don't, use that gift to the next level. That's what I'm born after. My family made sure they instilled the morals and things that, what I'm saying, we needed to understand what hard work is. And that's what I put towards my talent, hard work. I was about 9, 10 years old, paying attention to my mom. She was doing the stylist thing, and she was going to school prior to that, and she didn't, really give herself the shot as so of the mentality that I just spoke about. So she went into a nursing career instead of establishing her passion. And I look at those things and I saw her do the ladies at the house and things like that. And I was like, I like that, and I took on that entrepreneur spirit from a youngin', and so I started with her leg shapers to take myself up. You know what I mean? Then the next thing she had these, it used to be like this guard, you know what I'm saying? That it looked like a guard that go on a clipper, but it was a little bigger and it had like a razor on the inside of it. So when I think the ladies use it to like thin their hair out, but what I would use it is to level myself out. You know what I'm saying? To bring myself down to a low even cut, and I would line myself with her leg shape. She dated this guy. He wasn't really good for the family, but what happens is God sometimes put the worst thing in your life to be the best thing in you. It don't make sense all the time because we want everything to be ironed out perfect. See what I'm saying? But it didn't happen like that. He was a convict at the time, looking for fatherhood and looking for husbandship. You know what I'm saying? That was the dude that was in our life. You see what I'm saying? And he wasn't really ethical as a man. But at the end of the day, he knew how to fade. So in school, I used to always cut my hair all the time or whatever. And then I started practicing with the fade and I mess it up and I didn't know how to fix it. So when I didn't know how to fix it, I was too prideful to wear my mistake. You know what I'm saying? So I ball it. You know what I'm saying? I ball my head, yo. You know what I'm saying? So every time I messed up, I balled it. You know what I'm saying? It was no wearing that mistake. You wasn't finna catch me out here. I'd rather wear a clean ball than to be patchy. You know what I'm saying? So that was my excellence being born, actually. So this guy that she was dating or whatever, uh, he knew how to fade. You know what I'm saying? So he saw my actions that I was taking. I was buying the Walmart clippers. They were like $12. You know what I'm saying? Back then, they ain't had no adjust on them. Some of them did. You had to buy within the series. You know what I'm saying? The cords was bad. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they shoot out, so you was constantly buying, $12 clippers. And he saw just as well as my mom saw that I had a passion and I had an act for this. And this was something I was interested in. And hard work wasn't new to me. You know what I'm saying? Even as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was he was in the bathroom one day. He was like, "Yo, I like to wear a ball fade. You know what I'm saying? But I do a temple fade on myself because I can't go all the way around my own head." This is what he was telling me, and I was like, "Word." So he was like, if I can do the ball fade on the side, and you can take it on around the match, game on." I took the time to make sure the fade matched what he did. And when he saw it, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's all right. I'm like 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? Years old. And I did it. And from then on, it just got better and better and better. I was his barber from there on out. But what it taught me was how to fade. So when I was making the mistakes on myself prior to, there was no more mistaking. And that if he hadn't came in my life, I probably wouldn't have never got it at that moment. You see what I'm saying? It was hardship that I took with him, and it was hardship that my mom had to receive with him also. But it birthed something inside a person who didn't have no quit in their spirit. And from then on, it was just like, yo, all that mattered to me was the fade. I knew I could line. I mean, I could draw. You know what I'm saying? A line wasn't serious to me. Everybody was like, oh man, you can get that line right. You got, no. Cause see, I've met people along my career that didn't want to line up. You know what I'm saying? They wanted you to cut their hair. You know, you got some people that don't want to line. You know what I'm saying? So now if you don't want to line, your work has to be just as good and fly to pass and suffice for getting paid for it. I've owned 2 barbershops, which was Kingdom Cuts. They were named Kingdom Cuts Barbering Studio. And I was the youngest in my family to own their own business. That was big, you know. It was big. It was big. I had a great time owning my own shop at that particular time. But it was putting me in a position that it brought hardship also. Because I wanted so much for other people to where it was robbing me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't charging correctly on booth rent, things like that, you know, and it was coming from me. All the expenses, everything, customer appreciations, all that was coming from me. I found myself being the dude who always thought that he had it together or he was doing his own thing, was doing everybody else except for him. You know what I'm saying? And I had to gain a sense of peace. And I didn't know what that was, so I birthed up Cuts and such. Not realizing that I was actually letting Kingdom Cuts go from the inside. I was separating myself from the brand that I built. And I had to move on to what was being birthed. Here it is, through the pain, just like most things are brought through, Fade Guru was born. I was like, yo, that's the one. One of my clients was like, yo, Fade Master. I was like, they got a clipper called Fade Master. You know what I'm saying? I want something fresh, something different. So I was like, how about Guru? And Guru means master and teacher. So I'm Fade Master and Teacher. I like that. Fade Guru. What I wanted to do with Fade Guru is what I'm doing now. Teaching, showing the gift with no arrogance, with nothing intended other than making sure the industry not only knows my name, but knows my students. 2019, every single month of this complete year, I will be throwing classes, some sort of class that has to do with the industry. I want to introduce them from a Fade Guru's perspective and allow people to understand that they can do it too. You know, I'm not holding it for my station. I'm not holding it for what God has for me. I want to see the children, or the fruit, I should say, you know what I'm saying, doing it too. That's 2019.